Hey, good morning everybody. It's Monday, March the 10th. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet for you guys today, so let's get right down to business. Looks like I was pretty good in my prediction last week. 2.99% 5-year fixed rates are here and now. I have access to them right now, albeit they're on some pretty restrictive products that I'm not a huge fan of. But I think it's important to let you know that those rates and that product is out there. 2.99% or anything under that 3% mark is a real beacon in my industry for advertising. Lenders and banks seem to really try to get there, and once they do, they seem to pepper social media and rate sites and online advertising with it. So I'm sure your clients are going to be coming across it. My advice is just make sure that they're asking the right questions, so that they know so that maybe they're not getting into the type of product that they may regret or that might hurt them a little bit more in the long run. But other than that, not too many other changes. The variable rate is still around that 2.4 to 2.5%, depending on when the client closes and some other variables. Even though that margin between the variable and the fixed rate are kind of closing in, I still think that variable rate is a really nice option for a lot of people out there. And the good news is last week it got a little bit easier to qualify for, as the benchmark 5-year rate also dropped from 5.24 to 4.99%. So that's it out there in the market, guys. I'm going to touch on a little bit of marketing again this week. It seems to be my ongoing theme, but I think it's really important, and let you know some of the things that I'm going through right now, so that maybe it's something you might want to apply to your own business. Right now I'm kind of going back to basics, and I'm really taking a good look at my list. Just in case you don't know what I'm talking about when I say my list, I'm sure you guys work with your own list there. When I started my business, I started with a list, which is a list of people that I've known or that I've done business with, or that I went to school with, or anyone that I might have the chance to communicate with, or to try to generate some business and referral business through. So I have this big list of people, and what I'm really working on right now is taking that list and cleaning it up and cutting it into sections. I think it's really important to separate your list, so that you can target your marketing efforts towards people that they're going to be most susceptible to them, or the most reactive to them. In my case, I take my list of people and I've taken my top 30. I call them my superstars. This portion of my list are people that are continually generating or referring me clients and business. They're the ones that I talk to on a regular basis. They're the ones that share my social media content. So those are my superstars, and I really want to make sure that I focus some really specific and great things on that list of people throughout the year. From there, I separated. I have my top 100, which includes that top 30, and same kind of idea, just maybe not as quite as intensive as the 30. And then I have everybody else for some of the more general messages or things that I like to get out there. So having that list is very important, I find, and having it clean and having it separated is a great starting point. From there, what you do with that list, I think, has kind of changed over the past few years. You know, back in the olden days, I'm sure people had their lists, and it was in their Rolodex, and it was people that they called, you know, on a weekly basis or annually basis, however it works. They did old school mail-outs, calendars, cards, those kind of things. And then it kind of moved towards email marketing, so e-newsletters, email promotions, those kind of things. And in my opinion, I think that medium is starting to die. I don't know about you guys, but I have an old email address from university that I use, that I give to all businesses that I know are going to send me all that kind of stuff. And I think people are getting more and more resistant to email marketing. So I think it's more important not to just clean that list up that you might have, but maybe apply it to some different mediums. And in my case, I'm taking those lists and I'm transplanting and I'm moving them to my social networks, some of the mediums that I use, you know, Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, those kind of things. Because over the past, I've just had a big list again, like what I started with, and I think it's important if you can break that list down into sections that are more manageable. It can make your activities on social media much more effective, much more targeted, and much more economical. I don't just mean, you know, money-wise if you're doing you know, pay-per-click advertising, or if you're boosting posts or anything on Facebook. I mean economical time-wise too, because there's certain things that you want to do that you're really better off just reaching certain segments of your list rather than trying to get it out to everybody. So anyways, this is pretty easy to do on Facebook and Google Plus and those kind of things. I would suggest taking a look at it and try to mimic what you've probably already done email-wise or even your personal database. Take what you've done there and move it onto social media, and start to figure out that there might be some better campaigns and better ways to reach those certain segments of your list. Anyways, that's it for this week, guys. Give me a call if you have any questions, or if you want me to help show you how to segment some lists and some of those various tools and media. I'd be glad to help. Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you.